Right down. Good boy.
Girls, move over. Put her on my back. Maybe she wants to go on my back. Juno.
Oh my god.
Come here, Hannah.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Sit. Girl.
What's up, guys? We're back with an update. So it's been almost a month now since we've had our little baby girl, and honestly, everything has worked out so perfectly. It's as if she's been with us all along. She gets along with the boys so freaking well, and it feels like she's been with us like forever, huh?
Yeah, she loves it.
She loves life with the boys, and like she's so spoiled, and she actually gets like overprotective, or like she just gets like jealous if we give them
the attention.
Yeah, she's such an attention whore. If we give them attention, she will like push them out of the way.
She dives like in the middle.
Yeah, she'll dive in the middle and like break them up.
Speed.
Every day when Eldon comes home from work, she kind of like, she doesn't really jump on him, but she like goes up on him and like gives him a hug and stretches, basically like, carry me. Like, it's the cutest thing. I'll insert clips. Every day when he comes home, she gets so excited. You gotta equally give them all up. Look who's home. Daddy's home. And they play all the time now, and they're like literally the 3 best friends. She just gets along so well with them. The only thing is, I think because she was bullied before and they had to separate her when they would eat, she does get a little territorial over the food. Like, even though the boys never eat each other's food or try to like go in their bowls or anything, she still like gets intimidated if they come close.
Like, as she has to like guard her
Yeah,
food.
like she has to guard the food. So that's definitely gonna take some time for us to train her out of that habit, but you know, it's only normal for her because basically the whole situation that she was in. So we actually got her from my friend Yasmin, and you guys might know her as obviously Beauty Bird. She has 6 Frenchies, and this little one was her last of the group, I think, and they've had her for, she's 2 years now. And obviously she came from a good home, but she was bullied by all the dogs. She actually has like battle scars, and she still had some scabs, like fresh scabs from the other dogs attacking her. And Yasmin told me that when she had her baby Jaylene, it was harder for her to give her all the attention that she deserved. So she would always be like in the corner by herself and just like really timid, because there was like 1 or 2 dogs in particular that would always pick on her. So she wasn't eating, like it was hard for her to like hang out with the group. So she definitely had like a rough time getting along with the group, and Yasmin felt so bad. So when I posted about wanting to adopt another Frenchie, she actually messaged me the night that I posted, and she was like, hey, like I saw that you wanted a Frenchie, and she let me know the whole situation. She called me, and she has received so much love since she's been here. And obviously like she's so attached to us, and she's so needy. Like, she legit cries when he leaves to her work every day, and he leaves early in the morning, and I'm nocturnal, so I'm usually still obviously sleeping, and the boys usually just knock out, and she sits there and she just cries. I'll put a video here because it's like, it's cute, but it's so sad. So I know she probably cries if we both have to leave the house for a little bit, but oh, you're such a sweetheart, huh? Yeah, she's adapted to our lifestyle. Like, it only took her like a day or 2 to get used to like the doggy door, so now she goes out with the boys. It definitely does help having other Frenchies, like when you're getting another one, because they kind of follow each other and they learn from them. So she caught on really, really quick. And we haven't had to change our routine for anything. And that's why I said it was almost like she's been with us all along. Because she fits in so good. Like, nothing has had to change. The feeding schedule, the sleeping schedule. She sleeps with us all day. They're like the little, like, watchdogs. So anytime one of them barks, they both have to go, like, stay alert. But Koa is like our big teddy bear. He's like a big baby, so he's more chill. He's just like whatever. And these ones are the ones that are like always on edge. But they all three get along so freaking well. And the boys don't really cuddle that much in the past. Sometimes they would. And so when they would, it's a rare moment. And I would always take pictures because I'm like, oh my God, they're sleeping next to each other. But now she's such a big cuddler that she forces them to. And it's funny because she does this thing like when they're in their dog beds. She doesn't really want to like push them out. So she'll reverse herself into it, like her butt, she'll scoot it in until eventually, like, she's, like, nestled right in next to them.
She just starts off, like, sitting in the bed.
Yeah, she sits.
And then she'll, like, wiggle her way back.
Yeah, she pushes her way in. And then sometimes the boys are like, what the hell? And they'll, like, actually get out of the bed. But then if they're, like, too tired, then they'll just like cuddle like one ball together. It's so freaking cute. But yeah, I feel like we were definitely missing a piece to our puzzle, and she just like filled that. We're so in love with her and so happy that everyone gets along. And yeah, I mean, she's definitely the princess for sure, and she makes it known. She's like, no bitch, just because y'all have been living here for a couple years doesn't mean shit. She's like, I'm the queen.
She also will go up to them, like, if they're laying down like that, and sit next to them and just rest her head on their body, which is really cute.
It's so cute. So she'll, like, anytime they'll be sleeping, if she's not ready to, like, lay down yet, she'll just go up to them and she'll, like, sleep on them. Even when they're sitting in the kitchen, like, if both of them are sitting, she'll just turn to the side and she'll just
rest her head on.
Rest her head. She's such a cutie. But yeah, as you guys can tell, we're, like, literally obsessed with her and all of our dogs. Yeah, it's 2:20 in the morning, so everybody's knocked out right now.
Don't mind them.
Well, I mean, they're sleeping all the time anyway. Frenchies are very lazy dogs, so very low maintenance, and I don't know. I mean, they're high maintenance, but they're low maintenance. Look, it looks like he's smiling. Let me take a picture. I also mentioned our adoption story with Koa, because a lot of you guys are wondering, like, how come he's not always in the videos? So I'm sure you guys have noticed that Hanalei likes to be the center of attention, always. And he doesn't mind getting up on my lap, and he'll, like, chill. And he's always, like, in my outros, sometimes my intros. He's very, like, he likes to be on camera. This one, he's, like, a little more camera shy. He's, like, he's always sleeping. He's very lazy. And if we try and pick him up, he just kind of, like, freaks out a little bit. So he's not on camera all the time, but he is my big baby. Like, oh, I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with all my dogs, but this one I have a huge place in my heart for, because he was actually in a very traumatizing situation. We actually rescued him from a shelter that, I don't know, well, it was like the police that raided this house. This guy actually had a puppy mill with 84, to be exact, French and English bulldogs. It was such a fucked up situation where he was, like, inbreeding the dogs, and it was all in this little house in Orange County. And I actually, back then, a few years ago, I was looking for another Frenchie. I, like, brought up the idea, and a lot of people were sending me the news link, like, oh my God, did you see this? You should see if you can try and get a Frenchie. And it was such a big deal. It was all over the news. Everyone was tagging me in like articles and stuff. And so I was talking to Eldon about it, and I was like, why don't you look into it? And so he looked it up, and they told us that there actually was over 5,000 applicants to apply to adopt a Frenchie or an English Bulldog. And so Eldon applied, and they required a credit check, a background check, a notice from your landlord if you're renting, and just like a whole list of things that obviously you had to qualify to adopt a dog, because they've been through so much. They wanted to make sure that they were going to a good home, which 100%.
And also, like, be able to financially cover, because these dogs do have a lot of problems.
A lot of medical problems.
Or could have a lot of problems.
Yeah, they're prone to a lot of problems already, but these dogs, especially because they were like inbred, a lot of them had cherry-eyed, skin problems, like really, really bad problems. And so we're like, okay, well, let's just see, you know, where it goes. So a week later, we heard back from them. And they're like, you guys are one of the 100 people out of the 5,000 that we picked to come and meet with the dogs, and we can go from there. So we're like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like, it has to be meant to be. So anyway, it was Thanksgiving. No, it was Black Friday. They also said if you have a pet, you can bring them and meet with the dogs just to, like, I don't know, see if they get along. Even though it's like really no way to tell until you like bring them home. But we ended up bringing Hana with us anyway, and it was so heartbreaking. I think I have videos too from when we went. Jesus was actually with us, and I was like crying as I was seeing the dogs because
a lot of people here, huh?
it was so freaking sad. Like, they were traumatized, and you can just see them, like, they were shaking, trembling. A lot of them were covered in their shit and their pee, and they were like, their eyes were so scared. And a lot of them too were like, it was like they've never felt love in their life, even if you just go to like pet them. And then some of them, like Koa, he really wanted the love, but he would flinch every time you try to pet him. It was, oh my god, it was so heartbreaking. But long story short, we went and met with the dogs, and they said, so basically how it works, there's only 84 dogs, but we picked 100 people just in case something goes wrong. And what you do is you pick your top 3 dogs. And so out of the whole batch that we saw, we got to pick the 3 that we liked the most. And then it came down to really just being drawn, your name drawn out of a hat. So we obviously had our list, and then they put our name in the hat. And then we honestly didn't think we got anything because it was like a week after. And I was like, well, I guess they told us a couple days, so I guess we didn't get any dog. And I was like, oh, I'm sad, but it just wasn't meant to be. And literally that night, I think they texted us, and they're like, congrats, you guys they named him Brick, like his temporary name. And I was like, which one was that again? And I took photos, and I was like, oh my god. And he was actually like the second one. I had another one that I wanted, was like my first pick, but I literally would never trade this dog for any dog in the entire world. Like, this is, oh my god, he's such a sweetheart. Oh my god, he, like, I could cry right now talking about it, but this dog is like, I would die with this dog. I don't want to cry about it because it was so sad. But
you're gonna make me cry.
I know. It was just such a tough situation, and I was so happy to bring him home. So they fixed all the dogs, and because obviously they don't want you to like rebreed the dogs that have already been traumatized. So all the dogs had to be fixed, whether it was a male or female. And we got him home. It was right before Christmas, and he was so traumatized. He literally, like, he wouldn't, like, even if we give him the best steak, a treat, like, he would not take any treats from us. He wanted love so much. Like, you could tell he was, like, so scared, but also, like, oh my god, it was, like, the best feeling in the world, being able to give him all the love in the world, and him, like, getting to experience that for the first time. But like, sometimes when you go to pet him, you just flinch. And even till now, he's so like traumatized. Sometimes you'll kind of see him, like, his timidness. Is that a word?
He'll be like skittish.
Yeah, he'll be like a little bit like, well, yeah, like timid. But for the most part, like, with this situation, it was more so you had to first comfort him and let him know that he's in a safe place. He's in his forever home before, like, the rehab process. So once he felt comforted, then it's like they go through rehab, and then after that, then you can start training them. So I feel like he's pretty well trained now. Every dog could be better, I feel, like, unless they're like a canine dog. Those are like the most trained dogs. But for the most part, like, he's so good. He does tricks. He's potty trained, and he's honestly just one of the best dogs in the world. But what was I gonna say? Oh, it was really hard at first. Really hard. So at the time, I was still working a job where I had to be there in the morning every single day. And he worked at like 5 in the morning. So he would leave really early. He would leave at like 4 in the morning. So every morning when I would wake up, like, at first we had to like train him or like keep him in a barricaded area because there was just so much that went on. But he was eating his feces, he was drinking his pee. That took like 6 months for us to, with a lot of vet visits and different treatments, we finally got him to stop. But he was so malnourished that all the dogs were like eating their own like feces. And so, oh my God, it was a nightmare. But at first we put him in like a giant crate. It was like the size for like a husky. Like, it was a big crate. Because I know crate training is good for dogs, but I don't know. I just feel so bad, especially during the crate training process, like hearing them cry. I can't do it. But I'm not against it. I just couldn't do it with my dogs. But that's how we started him out because we had no idea like what to expect with him, if we could sleep with him yet. Like, he was so traumatized. So traumatized. But we put him in a huge crate, and he was alright. He would cry a little bit, but I would come downstairs in the morning and there was literally shit everywhere. Like, I don't even know how or what he would do, but it was flown all over the cage, outside of the cage. There was pee everywhere, and I would make it like blankets, pillows, like everything, like super, super cozy and comfortable for him. I would put a blanket over it, and I would just wake up with a disaster. And I was like, okay, well, clearly hates this, because we did that for a few nights, and he would chew on the cage, and it was just, oh my God, it was so like bad. But we upgraded him to like a barricaded area. Same thing. There'd be like shit and pee every morning when I wake up, and I would have to like spend 20-30 minutes cleaning everything up before going to work. And then I would come home from work and it's the same thing. Like, it was literally every time I wasn't around, he was just making a disaster. And I don't know why. Like, we didn't know why. And he was also eating it but smearing it everywhere. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. But it would be like twice a day that I would do it in the morning, come home, same thing, clean it up again. So then we upgraded him to the whole entire kitchen area since it was like tile. So we blocked off, there was like 2 entrances, and we blocked it off and we let him have that entire space. So we slowly started upgrading him, and same thing. And it was just, oh my God, I would cry every single day. And I told Eldon, like, I want to love this dog so bad. I want to like care for him, but I can't do it anymore. It was like mentally fucking with me, and I couldn't do it because I was like, you're not dealing with this. Like, you're at work while I'm having to clean on my hands and knees for twice and dealing with it. And it's like, it's naturally so frustrating because it's like, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to stop it. I mean, maybe there are other ways, but anyways, we tried everything, and I'm only giving you guys like the outline of the story, but there was so much that happened. But that went on for
like
a month, maybe longer. And finally we're like, you know what, let's just let him roam. Let's let him like sleep with us with Hanale, because Hana is such a good dog. Hana catches on quick, and he's such a fast learner. He's extremely intelligent. This dog is the most smartest dog I've ever seen. Like, he watches TV, like, I swear he listens to our conversations, and this guy purposely fucks with us. But he also is a sweetheart. He is a big baby, but he's just a brat. But yeah, so we upgraded him to the room, and we let him sleep with us, and slowly, I think we may have had a couple accidents. We always had a waterproof cover on our mattress though. Like, I think he might have peed like once or twice, but not too many times. But we would train him to go out, go out, go out, go out. We were very, very, from the beginning, we always stuck to like the training, but also like in a very compassionate way, because obviously he was very delicate. So yeah, I mean, it was a long story, but definitely worth all the blood, sweat, and tears. Like I said, I cannot believe I even got to the point where I wanted to give up. I even was like on the phone with my mom crying because I didn't want to give him to anyone, and I didn't want to just give him up. But I like low-key asked my mom, like, can I fly him back to Hawaii? Can you guys take care of him? Because I can't, I don't want to give him up, but I'll take him back when you when you guys get him good. Like, I don't know. It was so much work. It was so hard. So it was all worth it though. Like, I now thinking back, I would never trade it for the world, because I'm telling you, like, this guy is, oh, he's such a big teddy bear. I love him. And both the boys have had a lot of health problems, a lot of emergency visits, a lot of bills. It is not cheap to have a Frenchie. I mean, if you have a healthy Frenchie and have never had any like ER visits, you are very blessed, because they add up so fast, and it's not a breed I would recommend if you are easily heartbroken. And you know, I'm just being transparent that you do have to have money in your savings for when shit like that happens. And the first time we had a really bad health scare where we almost lost Hana. This was a few years ago. His ER visit was like $6,000, and we just sold our car, and we happened to have that money, but we were supposed to put the money into another car, and we ended up having to use it for his ER visit. And that was, it's like, you know, it's life. It's either that or you put your dog down, and I would literally rather put myself down than put my dogs down. But these dogs are truly the best thing that's ever happened to us. And I know I'm doing all the talking. Like, I just feel like there's so much I wanted to say, and I wanted to continue talking so I don't forget. Sorry.
It's fine.
I mean, I don't know.
You're the better talker anyway.
Eldon obviously will like talk when he wants, but I'm not trying to like take the shine away, but I'm just saying, like, I wanted to like say the story, especially because I had the most experience with him when he was going through his tough stage. Like, obviously he was home from work, but he worked overtime. Like, he worked so much that I feel like I barely even saw him. So that's why the weight was on my shoulders, and I felt like it was like my responsibility to like fix this dog. And yeah, obviously when he was home he helped me out with everything, but I'm just saying I felt like the weight was on my shoulders, and that was what was really, really hard for me. Even though we didn't get her from a shelter, you know, we were still able to give her the best life she could ever possibly have, and we're so happy like it worked out. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but I was telling Eldon that, you know, I don't know if we're ready for a third dog, but it has to be the perfect scenario. And I was just entertaining the idea of getting another Frenchie, but I'm so glad we did. Like, if she was like a rascal and like completely opposite from them and didn't sleep with us and like just everything different, it would have been a different story. But it worked out perfectly. It literally couldn't have been a more perfect situation. So we're so happy for her. So thank you, Yasmin. I know that was really hard for her too, but she, you know, wanted to do a selfless thing and give her the best life that she could possibly have and not be selfish and keep her in that situation. So we ended up changing her name, and her name was originally Millie, and we wanted to rename her just because I feel like I wanted, you know, her to feel like my baby. Not like she's not gonna feel like my baby, but I don't know. I just wanted to rename her, and we actually ended up picking a name that's super close to her name already. So we named her Maui, and so Maui Millie, I don't know, to her it kind of like probably sounds similar. And she responded to it like pretty quickly. And I feel like she went through a lot of like change anyway, because Yasmin speaks Spanish. I'm sure she does speak like English too to them, but already she has to adapt to like fully English. So it's almost like Maui can be her English name. So it's not that different than her previous name, but she's adapted quick and she responds to it. Dang, we got hella Frenchies, huh? It's so cute to see them running around or like sleeping in the morning when I wake up. I'm just like, dang, we got a good bunch. I want a blue one. I really want a blue Frenchie, but we'll see. 3 is good for now. I could definitely do one more if they end up being like a perfect fit for this. Oh, I would totally do it in a heartbeat. But you honestly just never know what you're gonna get, you know?
Even when you wanted 3, I told you no. For months, she'd tell me
like a year.
Or yeah, well,
I was begging him.
Year, yeah.
He's like, no, it's just too much work, and then we'll go out of town. It's like they literally just want someone there. Well, that was a lot longer than I expected, but I just wanted to like catch up with you guys and kind of give you guys like the situation, you know?
The background.
Yeah, the background story. But yeah, we couldn't be happier. We love our dog so much. A lot of you guys asked why we don't have any human babies yet, and I don't know, there's just so much going on in life, and even though like human babies, I feel, I don't know, it's like a whole different dimension, but this is a lot of work having dogs too. And so I hope that it preps us for a real human. I know it's like completely different, but in a way it's like, it's responsibility. It's being a parent, and this will only make us better parents when we do have kids. So yeah. But we are so happy that we could bring you guys along this journey with us. You guys will be seeing a lot more of Miss Maui and, of course, the boys. It is wild for me to be sleeping with all 4 of them. Like, they sleep with us. So, first of all, we get pushed out of the bed. It is like, it's so hard to sleep, especially with back problems, because it's like we're kind of fighting with space.
The bed, or to freaking pull the covers over.
Yeah.
Because they're pinning it down, and you have cold air blowing on you now. Because
and I move so much that they
pull the covers from me too.
Yeah, well, they're like magnetized to you because Eldon sleeps more still throughout the night, so they're all piled up on him and weigh you down. But for me, sometimes they will, but they know I like move around, so they're gonna have to like move around too. It's so funny. All of them snore. I'm used to it. I actually like hearing them snore because I feel like once I know they're sleeping, it like puts my mind at ease. And I know I'm crazy for that because like all my friends are like, I cannot sleep hearing snoring. And I'm like, I can. But this one, she is loud. She is the loudest snorer, like by far. Mm-hmm. But yeah, well, I guess that is it for this video. Thank you so much for coming along our journey and watching. And sorry that got a little emotional there, but that's just like, you know, from the heart. Oh, by the way, if you guys noticed, I look a little different.
I just got my hair cut.
Same. I got a haircut. Shout out to my queen, Jamie. And we took the purple out. I'm transitioning into another color. So, I love it. Honestly, I love the purple, but I think I'm getting old because I got sick of it so quick. And now she's natural again, so. Period. Look at your face.
Did you turn the recording off?
No, not yet.
What you guys looking at? Huh? Hi, Maui. Hi, Maui. Hi, Maui. Mood. You guys are so cute.